Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Welcome back to the Dog Football Channel. Welcome to the Friday LFC Focus Podcast. And I have to say, it's going to be an absolute bumper show. We'll be looking back at Watford. We'll be looking back at Atletico Madrid. We will be building up to the Manchester United game, of course. And also, we'll be looking ahead to the Preston North End Cup tie. And at the end of the show, I have a big guest announcement for next week. So
Jurgen Klopp. I'm spoiling the secret.
So big things are happening on this channel, and the whole panel are here, as you can see. So starting from right to left, we have Mr. Jack Mack LFC. How are you doing, Jack?
Not too bad, mate. Thank you very much for once again asking me to come on. Hopefully everyone on the panel and everyone at home is having a good weekend, isn't he?
Absolutely. Yeah. She's back. The lovely Sophie is back. How are you doing, Sophie?
I'm good. It's been a while, I feel like. It's nice to be back.
It's a pleasure, as always, and it is great to have you back. We've also got the nicest Welshman on the panel. It is Mr. Connor Niblett from the Kop Council. How are you doing, Connor?
I can guarantee you I am not that. But thank you very much for having me on, mate. Pleasure as always.
And also another Scousman who has actually been on holiday this week, so he's probably been lapping up in the sun or the rain of Merseyside. It is Mr. Daniel from the Mighty Rays TV.
I wasn't officially on holiday, but yeah, I was off work. I wasn't on holiday. I was furloughed or something like that. Anyway, who knows what it is these days? But yeah, thanks for having me on, mate. Yeah, brilliant.
No problem.
Hello to all the fam at home as well. The dugout fam.
Helen, Liz, Jade, ED744, Chris Welsh, Cedric, and Almighty Blues FC. Good evening to everyone, and hope you all enjoy the. I was about to say the film. We're not at the cinema. The show, I meant to say. But we will start with what was, well, I think we said at the end of the last week's show that this game was going to be a bit of a banana skin. It was a one that could potentially help to slip up, but 5-0 later, Jack. I mean, I have to say, I think that's the most dominant we have been away at Watford ever.
Yeah, it was close with my prediction, wasn't I? What did I say, like 4-0 or something last
4-0,
week?
yeah.
Yeah, so I said something stupid and you all laughed, and rightly so, because some of my predictions are just shocking. But yeah, it was a dominant display. It was great to see, obviously, Bobby get his goals. As he said there, mate, it has been historic. Well, the 3-0 result that stopped us in terms of our running, but yeah, it made up. The Reds getting 3 points. We could have been better within that game, but 5-0 doesn't flatter us. Could have been a lot more, but yeah, absolutely fantastic in every area, mate.
Yeah. I mean, Sophie, what was the best thing about that game, did you think?
I'm going to be genuinely honest here. I didn't watch the game because I had plans, and I was like, it's Watford. Like, it's going to be a game. And I really, really regret it. But then family comes first. I'm going to go with the scoreline at the end because I just watched the goals on highlights afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, Connor, all the front three managed to get goals. Obviously, Bobby Firmino hat-trick. Hopefully that settles him down for the rest of the season. But I have to say, Mo Salah's goal, right, we can basically say which one is better, right? But which one do you think is better? Is it the Man City one or is it the Watford one?
Personally, I don't care because they're both really good goals. And look, for the world's best player at the minute, it's nice to watch at the minute. But in terms of it, it's nice to see that Liverpool can batter teams in first gear again this year. Which I think is the nice thing to see. But yes, like to be fair, I think both of them will go down as goal contenders for the season.
Oh, 100%.
And then it'll just be to people then, which one's better, Man City or Watford. But I think that'll be at the end of the season, of course, no matter, what happens with Liverpool's season.
Yeah, absolutely. Dan, Firmino hat-trick, has he now sort of said to Jurgen Klopp that I'm the main starter?
I think so. Yeah, I think Jota's goals is slightly dried up, which is only understandable because when he first came into the team last season, he was scoring goals. He was scoring far more goals than anyone would have expected. Obviously, it's sort of plateaued now and sort of dropped off a little bit. So it's great to see Bobby back amongst the goals. Actually, it was funny enough, I didn't think he played that great last week, but of course, he done the classic number 9 thing of getting a hat-trick from about a combined total of about 12 yards. But going back to sort of last week, I remember saying last week, you can over-worry and overthink these games, but actually some of the things that people were worried about actually came and helped us. For instance, the new manager syndrome that people were worried about. In the end, it just looked like he hadn't had any time to prepare with Ranieri. He got them into a couple of solid banks of 4, but he didn't really know what to do after that. And the 12:30 kickoff that everyone was flapping about, in the end, it helped us because Watford's ground was flat as a pancake, wasn't it? You could imagine what it might have been like on a 5:30 kickoff. Might have been a different story, but yeah, both those things helped us. And yeah, in terms of Bobby Firmino, brilliant to see him back amongst the goals. Long may it continue. And I'm sure he's already well on course to sort of succeed what his total was last season. So absolutely brilliant, yeah. A good day.
Absolutely. Helen Rabel said it was a training game at Vicarage. It really was. It was so easy. We can easily rotate Firmino and Jota some games, suit Firmino some games, suit Jota, all about picking both for the right games. Yeah, absolutely. The Bobby Chompers hat-trick was pure bliss. Yeah, as I've said, I hope it settles him down. I mean, I have obviously put in there man of the match. Are we all in agreement that it was probably Bobby Firmino for his hat-trick?
Yeah, I think when someone gets a hat-trick, you've got to give it to them, although really Mo was outrageous again, wasn't he? Scored. In answer to your question, Doug, I would say I would just prefer the City goal to last week, only because it was against a much better team, one of the best teams in the world, and Watford, and definitely aren't that. And also he finished it with his right foot, didn't he? Which obviously not his stronger foot. So I'd go for the City game, but yeah, Firmino or Salah.
Firmino, Salah. Jack, for you?
Yeah, I think Salah rightly took a lot of the headlines, but wrongly at the same time, obviously with his goal. But yeah, Bobby was excellent, as Dan alluded to. The perfect number 9 performance in every aspect.
Yeah, absolutely. Connor, was it definitely Firmino for you?
I don't think you can have a hat-trick in a game and not be man of the match.
And an assist was as well.
Yeah, and an assist. So yeah, but Bobby for me.
Yeah, definitely. Did anyone actually see Mo Salah's plaque at Madame Tussauds? It actually looks. Actually, seeing him beside him is quite. I mean, 2 Salahs are quite frightening, but just imagine like 2 of them. It's quite amazing.
I couldn't work out why they'd put him in a pure BG suit, though. It was a bit odd, wasn't it? I couldn't work that one out.
You're looking at the way Salah's dressed. Actually, Salah dressed in like a t-shirt and a jacket and his jeans and his trainees, and that you're like, I've never ever seen Salah in a white fucking suit without a shirt or a t-shirt on and a pair of those like pull-on plimsoll shoes ever. When Salah's he's in a slim black suit with a black tie and a white shirt, or he's in jeans and like normal clothing. Why have you dressed him like John Travolta? I've got it. They melted down the John Travolta one, and they had no other clothes ready for Salah yet. It wasn't ready, so they just whacked them on him.
Yeah,
Mel did say, "Has it got the abs?" And he replied, "No." So
they're trying to make him look like Freddie Mercury or something. like Freddie Mercury wore white, but yeah, most Salah wearing white. Salah, Firmino, Mane, all on fire this season. Yeah, they're all doing fantastically. Salah is the best player in the world since 87-44. I think everyone would agree right now. No one beats Ben Davis's Madame Tussauds. Chris, yes, I would agree with that. I know, Liz, they don't deserve the garbage owners. Oh, it's about Watford. Helen, I'm sure it wasn't a pleasant match for what? Yeah, no, definitely not. Definitely not.
Get up there, but
honestly, I don't think Ranieri's lasting there. I really don't as well. We will move on to this game. My goodness me, we finally beat this lot. What I will say, it was an absolutely amazing game of football, and we will obviously come on to the main talking points. But Jack, to go 2-0 up and then obviously to be pegged back, it was a roller coaster of a game, wasn't it?
Yeah, just say thank God I wasn't live streaming. But yeah, it was a mixture of emotions. Great results. I think all of us would have took 1-0 at the end of the game as long as we got 3 points. We knew how massive it would be. No, the week prior, we discussed potentially a point would be a great point, but I think a lot of us were greedy and we wanted 3 points, and rightly so, because it sets us up massively in terms of the next 2 fixtures, really, in the group stage, most importantly. But I was made up. We can speak about the attack and play, and we can pick out individual midfield performances, but a team collective defensively we didn't do as well as we should have done. But Atletico Madrid a world-class side on the day, and I mean, we're the first side in 4 years to win in Europe at their ground, which is staggering. A lot of sides have come there and disappointed, most scoring from the penalty spot, like he did in a certain European final as well. So happy days.
Absolutely. I mean, all the headlines, Sophie, before this game was the relationship between Jurgen Klopp and Diego Simeone, and my goodness me, you could not get two more. Like what's the word?
Opposites, chalk and cheese.
Oh, chalk and cheese. Like what? Klopp is calm on the touchline, but he's very. Diego Simeone is very, very animated, isn't he?
He's a cunt. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that word.
Family show.
Demonetization.
Sorry, did not mean to say that. I do apologise. I really am. No, but he is one. I can't stand him. I hate the man. I think he's rude and arrogant, and the way he behaves on that touchline is absolutely disgusting. It shows complete lack of respect for his opponent. Even when he's celebrating, which at fair dues, you're entitled to celebrate. But when he celebrates like that, he doesn't just celebrate with him, he gets in the other team's face. He runs to the other team's manager to say, up your, you know what I mean? I just don't like it.
No.
And then he spits his dummy out the pram when things aren't going his way, and I can't stand him. And the way he ran down the tunnel without even shaking Klopp's hand is just utter disrespect. It's just not okay. Can't stand him.
Yeah, absolutely. Dan, do you want to tell the viewers what you came up with to describe him?
Yeah, it was a bit disrespectful, really. And as I said to you, it'll probably come back and haunt us in a couple of weeks. But I call him the Argentinian Allardyce. but I know Sophie doesn't like him. He's one of them guys I love to hate him. I think he's a great character. Do you know what I mean? He's a bit like Mourinho in that he gets under your skin and all that, but you'd love him or I would anyway. I'd love him as our manager. You know what I mean? Not for his playing style, but the way he gets the crowd up and he's like dead passionate and dead animated. I think he's a brilliant character. But yeah, the Argentine Allardyce, probably a little bit unfair. But
yeah, I just think he's very different to Mourinho. Just got like Mourinho was like you love to hate him because he is so good at what he does and he purposely rattles people, but he does it in a very mature, clever way. He plays with your mind, Mourinho. He makes you doubt yourself, and then you go. But I love him. I think he's dead funny.
Yeah, he doesn't just grab his crotch, does he? At the fans.
Oh,
I just think Simeone is just vile. I just don't like him. And if he ever became our manager at Liverpool, I'd be furious. I mean, I can't ever see that happening, but I'd be furious.
Sorry, I was watching it with my girlfriend and I just said I just love the way he wears the all black and it just suits his character, doesn't he? Just like this real sort of,
he's like
Panso villain, isn't he? Yeah.
He's Joffrey from Game of Thrones. You just really want him to just not die, because I don't want him to die, but I mean, like, you want that character to just disappear. I just want him to stop. I hate him. I hate playing him. I hate him.
Yeah, if he was a Liverpool manager, he'd be wearing all North Face gear, wouldn't he, against Man United or something?
I would love Simeone. He's a proper jack in the box on the touchline, always hyper, but wouldn't last in the Premier League with touchline. But no, definitely not. I'm glad I heard you against that Atletico Madrid ended. That's like finally getting a date with Michelle Keegan after. Oh Jesus, that's gonna have many times. Connor, the red card. I am going to be honest. I am absolutely sick to death of people debating this red card. It is clear as day a red card.
It's not even a debate. It's a straight kick to the head. Bobby was nearly decapitated. It's fearing for his life. No, I'm kidding. No, but no.
All right, Fergie, calm down.
But no, look, it's a straight red card. Look, it's it's funny how people, like as Thought was saying, like, oh, remember back to when Sadio Mane did it against Manchester City. He didn't mean to do it, but he did it. So it's a red card. It's the exact same situation. Griezmann didn't mean to kick Bobby in the head. Don't get me wrong. He's looking at the ball 100% of the time, but he does kick him in the head, and it is a high boot. End of the day, it's a red card. And I absolutely, Atletico they're one of the teams, right, that I love to watch with their team, ethnic, but I just hate them because of their shithousery. I hate them so much.
Oh, yeah.
Like, just the whole time after the Bobby red card, it was just all the time screaming and shouting. It was like watching Ramos at Madrid again. It was just, it's so horrible.
Yeah, it is. There was a comment that I'm going to bring up here. First one for LFC against Spanish. That's wrong. That's completely wrong. We've beaten Barcelona in the group stage. And Real Madrid. So
I think we beat Deportivo. It must have been Deportivo as well, or Real Betis. It was. No, I think it was Real Betis when Pongol scored a lovely little chip the year after we won it. Someone like that, something like the crap Spanish teams.
Yeah,
and maybe even Deportivo as well. Sorry,
and Villarreal as well.
Yeah, yellow kit ended Atletico Madrid. Oh Jesus, that kit! Do not get me started.
I love it. I love it.
You're loving it.
I love it. I love it. No offense, Doug, but I said on Twitter today I prefer it to the Ekru one that you're modelling very beautifully tonight.
No.
I don't really like the Ekru one either.
Yeah, you just wouldn't get missed in a party, would you?
I think that the third kit, it's like, it was all right watching it from the telly because it was just a yellow.
Yeah, that's what I like about it.
Yellow. But when you get up close and personal and you see the little checkered red mark, and I literally am like, I get PTSD flashback. Like, hello, welcome to McDonald's. Can I take your order, please? Like, I get flashbacks. I get hot flush and I get flashbacks. Like, it brings back the years of torture working at Mackey's.
Yeah. Hello to Red Sports. Hope you are doing very, very well, guys. Obviously, if you are liking what we are doing, then obviously hit that like button and hit the subscribe button and share the stream out as well. It's a red card. It's a high foot and catches Firmino. It's a letter of the law. Yeah, absolutely. I don't care about people who are out on the moon like a wolf saying it's not a red card. Yes, Dan, yellow kit vibes. And aiming to Genie 20, even to all the proper reds and fake ones. And 1892. What's that?
James Pearce has just tweeted this about Mo Salah.
Oh, yes.
Was the LFC until the rest of his career?
Ooh,
yeah.
It was a video. I'll try and get the video up in a minute.
That's one in the eye for Gary Neville, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, mate, that does my head in so much when Gary Neville says he wants to go to Madrid.
He's such a feces starer, if that's what you want to say. I don't want to swear. But he does anything to stir a bit of trouble up about Liverpool and deflect away from his own team. Honestly, he's another panto villain, so he just gets on grinds.
I love Gary Neville, though, you know.
To be fair, so that interview he's done on Sky Sports last night, and you'll probably see it on YouTube, where he's interviewing Jamie Carragher, was an hour well spent. If anyone hasn't watched it,
to be fair, him and Cara have actually got a good wee partnership on Monday Night Football. But those two will be in the commentary box for for Sky. So let's go and say Sky, and it's a complete tool.
I think he's hilarious. I think he's just funny, you know.
I'll tell you something though. If there was ever a blatant penalty given, what on earth went through Hermoso's head to basically barge into Diogo Jota and basically bring them down? Like, Jack, I was watching this game and I could not believe what Hermoso had done.
I was having flashbacks to Dejan Lovren for a couple of seasons. No, it was shocking, mate. And I tell you, we've already discussed the characters, Diego Simeone. He would have got him pinned up to the locker room after full time. He would have absolutely battered him. I'm telling you that now anyway. But like, you can't even explain it. Like the standard and level in which you expect the Atletico Madrid defender, most importantly. They wake up and eat sleep defending. But yeah, it was crazy. But fair play to Mo. It was fantastic for us. But we'll discuss a bit the correct VAR decision in a little second, won't we? So
Yeah. I mean, Sophie. I mean, me and you've been obviously like chatting off air. Jota was lucky, wasn't he?
Yeah. I'm sorry. When they went down, I just went, oh God, like they've got a penalty pretty much straight after ours. And when it got overturned, I don't see why. They're saying no contact, but as far as I was aware, and that I can still see, there was enough contact for that to be a penalty. Did he make a bit of a meal of it? Of course he did. He's Spanish. That's what they do. But that was a penalty for me. And I said to Doug, didn't I? Like, if that was the other way around and that was Hermosa on Jota to us, and ours was overruled for that, like, I'd have been seething. Because for me, that was a penalty for them.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. Does everyone agree that we were a bit fortunate there? Or does anyone think that Jimenez has made the most of it?
For me, it's not a pen, but surprisingly, I'd agree with what Soph said. Like, and everyone, especially in Europe, even the red cards, I didn't expect that to be given. I know it's a high challenge, but it's Europe, innit? But at least the referees, it was a red. No wrong, but it was the referee he wasn't scared of the atmosphere, and rightly so, and he deserves a lot more bigger games in Europe after the back of that, because many of referees, when we've seen Atletico in the Champions League, bottle it, and that's why they've got such a big, like, good record at home. Even Liverpool, our crowds, it affects referees in certain games.
Yeah, it is a cause for concern though, Connor, because we do seem to be going into Leeds and then letting them slip. I mean, to be obviously 2-0 up was fantastic. Obviously, Salah getting a very, very good goal. Keita, what a goal that was. The volley was very, very good. And I have to be honest, João Felix, that's probably the best game he's played in an Atletico shirt. I think we've finally seen what they paid the money for him. It is a bit of a cause for concern that we are letting Leeds slip a little bit.
I don't think so. I think, look, you're coming up against a really good side in Atletico Madrid and at home as well. Look, that first 15, 17 minutes, they were god-awful. Liverpool should have buried the game. And look, you should say, 2-0, that's pretty much, starting things pretty well. Liverpool should have gone on and scored a third in that time. But look, their first goal, I think they were still shout there for offside, potentially, because I don't get how Lamar was onside, but then it was clearly off.
Yeah.
But then their second goal, I've seen plenty of people have a go and dissecting their second goal. It's just a very good goal. And look, you concede very good goals in the Champions League. At the end of the day, it was a good goal, and the whole team conceded it. It wasn't just individual people.
And Van Dijk was facing the opposite way to the stairs. Like everyone's going on Navi round, like, come on, Virgil. I know we all everyone looks Virgil, but it's like, we can't say that. What was Virgil doing?
But it is that though, isn't it? And it's the fact that as well that like, because the good thing about this is Liverpool have won ugly. That's I think the main talking point from this is Liverpool. Like back when we were winning the league and even the Champions League, we were winning ugly games, and that's why I think it's a major talking point away from this. Last season, we get battered, with that. But at the end of the day, it's a good away win.
Yeah, absolutely. But so much for this is the group of death. This is the group of death. Liverpool have taken 9 points from a possible 9 so far. So we are in complete control, 5 points clear of Atletico. Dan, I think it's pretty much to say we are going to go through, but wouldn't it be brilliant if we could actually get 18 out of 18?
Well, yeah, but I mean, to be fair, I mean, if we could win the group with the next game, I would wholeheartedly just play whatever team you could in the last 2 games. To be honest with you, I wouldn't really be worried about that. I'd be thinking more about just obviously resting the big boys. So if we could manage to win the group in the next game, brilliant. Or even if it takes us till after the Porto game, that's no problem. one game at least or two where we can just rest people, that'd be brilliant. I wouldn't necessarily worry about 18 out of 18. I think that the important thing so far is we've given ourselves a bit of leeway to potentially lessen our load a bit in late November and December, where, as we know, the fixtures really pile up.
Yeah.
From last season, what have we done? We've done millions of videos last season. Jota played in a pointless European game and he got injured, and
Yeah, I hope he has learned his lesson from that game. Man of the match shouts. I'm going to say it straight off the bat. It is our number one. That is why we bought him. That is why we have a goalkeeper who is undoubtedly one of the best in the world, maybe best in the Premier League. He was just immense. The number of saves he made when Atletico could have been like, they could have easily gone ahead in this game. But how big to have a goalkeeper like Alisson Becker. And actually, if you think about it, we may have lost like 1-0 in the past against them in the one, the Petropolitano, but I'm so glad we have Alisson Becker, Sophie, and not Adrian.
Oh, thank God for that. Mike, I'm sorry, but Alisson, if you're picking anybody else from man of the match other than Alisson, you need to get your head checked. He kept us in that game, in that 15-20 minutes where nothing we did stopped Atletico breaking through. Like they just had this sudden spell where no matter what we did, we couldn't touch them. And Alisson is the reason we kept, we stayed in the game, and he's the reason we won it. Some of the saves he made were phenomenal saves.
Incredible.
They were given like the season we won the Champions League, the saves against Napoli, and that bringing those types of saves back, making himself big, and getting them on near posts, and he just knew exactly which way to dive for all of them. It was incredible. And I was going to say something then, but I'll leave it till later on because Doug knows
yes.
what we've been talking about earlier, so I'll leave that for a minute. And we'll come
Chris Ross says, I'm sure there was a goal fest because Atletico Madrid usually don't score more than one goal. That's absolutely true as anything. But Atletico Madrid next game we were through, then rest players for the last two group games. I don't agree with this. We have to finish top of group nonsense. Alisson, man of the match without a doubt. I would trust him to save money in my bank account. I think we would all, wouldn't we? Alisson GOAT. Alisson best keeper in the world. GOAT from Cedric. Alisson Ramses Becker is an Adonis. I love that man. Jack, Alisson man of the match for you?
Yeah, by far. This is why we bought him. Big games, as Van was already alluded to. Yeah, worth every single penny, and we've got him for another 6 years, so happy days.
Connor, Alisson man of the match?
Yeah, no doubt. Like the other two have said, I think he is the best 1v1 keeper right now in the world, based on stats. So
I heard that.
We all know that anyway. But like Jack said, we got him for 6 more years, and
hopefully more.
Hopefully more. Yeah, hopefully more. Sign him up to a lifetime contract. That's what I said.
Is that full house, Dan?
Of course, mate. Yeah, we've said it before on this channel, haven't we? He's not an absolute game changer for the whole club. Turned us from a team that we maybe finished third or fourth, to a team that was competing right at the very apex of football. So they didn't keep a great performance.
Yeah, absolutely. But 9 from 9, and from one big game to possibly the biggest game of the season. Whenever this fixture comes out, I always look for it on the calendar sheet. It is Manchester United against Liverpool. I'm buzzing, absolutely buzzing for this game because let's be honest, Sophie. I'm going to come to Sophie first. How lucky were United the other night against Atalanta?
Oh my God. I just want to say quickly, I'll say quickly, it's not going to be quick at all, and we'll probably be here till bedtime if I carry on. But what is with their attitude at the minute? I don't know whether I've been talking to them about it the last few days. My timeline has just been filled with these United fans for some reason. It must be an algorithm. Twitter just want to wind me up. And I'm just seeing all these United fans giving it big bollocks, saying oh, we're going to steamroll Liverpool, we're going to batter them, I'm not frightened of them, bring on Sunday. Well, half an hour before that, they were all cry-arsing, sat there going, oh, if we play this on Sunday, we're going to get battered. We're not winning nothing. So they're so deluded. They go from complete negative, we're never going to win anything. Who were we kidding saying we were going to win the league? To we're going to win everything again because you beat Atalanta. You barely scraped a win at best. The first 53 minutes, you were absolutely abysmal. You had your front three here, your midfield here, and your defence there. You had a massive gap between your team. There was no team cohesion between them whatsoever. There were no tacticals. You were open as anything. And, oh my God, Atalanta just ran through them. And they were missing 5 of their key players. It just was unfortunate that come the 57 mark, that United seemed to have found a little bit of form. But as Scholes said, all these United fans are sat there going on and on and on about how De Gea is the best thing since sliced bread and Ronaldo is fantastic. Ronaldo was shocking. He couldn't find the back of that net if he'd gone in with the ball in his hands and placed it. He was awful. They were all awful. David De Gea was shocking. And then all of a sudden he managed to do a semi-decent job and they're now calling him the best thing in the world. And it's like, nah, he's not. I mean, yeah, you'd celebrate the win because you won a game that looked like you were going to lose. I get that. But there's a difference between celebrating the win and being made up. You managed to pull the game back and getting over cocky and arrogant. But like I said, Paul Scholes, he even said himself, he goes, Man United go and play that hot first half against Liverpool or Chelsea. There isn't a second half to come back to. You're 4 or 5 goals down at that point, and you're basically burying yourself in your own grave. Stop acting above your station. And the way they've been giving it big on friggin' Twitter has done my nutting. All the Liverpool fans I've spoken to have said that we're going to beat them. What Liverpool fans are you talking to? Because I assure you, none of us are saying that. We're all sat here going, right, you prick, let's knock you back down to the little hovel that you come from. Honest to God, I'd like to resurface that tweet of mine that got me banned for 7 days on Twitter about burning a certain city down because after the derby, I was furious, but let's not go there.
Connor, this comment, I think, has just summed up this. Seriously, how many bullets has Ollie dodged to save his job? Jesus Christ, like that scene from Spider-Man under Tobey Maguire when Green Goblin throws his grenades towards Spider-Man but dodged them. Ollie, I mean, look, this is the really annoying thing about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He just seems to get results when things are just going wrong for him, and he is he is right. He is the best Liverpool manager for Manchester United, right? Because if you look at it, he's completely average as a coach. He got Cardiff relegated. Who gets Cardiff relegated? But I mean, how long realistically do you think Ollie's got in his job? Because I'm saying this now, I think he's out of Christmas.
Lifetime contract. Give him lifetime contract.
Get that contract down and sign it.
Literally, it'll just be FSG. Right, we'll put Mo Salah's contract on easy minute. Ollie, sign. No, I'm kidding. But look, it's hilarious where United fan like Sophie said about Paul Scholes saying about that first half. For me, if United if they play like that, come anywhere near a Chelsea, a Leicester that they lost to last week, a Liverpool, a Man City, you're battered, week in, week out. And the one fact that I just love that nobody's mentioning, of course, because it's last season and we don't like to remember last season, is the fact that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer give up on a league title. Yeah, we know Man City were going to win the title, but mathematically it was not over. I think if United won, they would have to go 2 weeks. He played a weekend team to face Liverpool, to stop Liverpool getting in the Champions League. And Liverpool still won and got in the Champions League. And it just goes to show that he's just so just meh. And the fact that these United fans think that they're on the level of City, Chelsea and us, that they are living in a dream world. And I cannot wait for this game to prove the point that Liverpool are just going to batter them from end to end. Yeah, United will have chances, and they will have chances. Look, they have an amazing squad. You look at it, Sancho, Ronaldo.
Though, can they?
But De Gea's, De Gea
doesn't mean I can fucking drive it.
True, but you look at it and you go, United will lose against Liverpool. They will, because they don't have the manager, and this is where they will never challenge for a title while Tuchel, Klopp, and Guardiola's there, because Ole is not the man. And they go on about Antonio Conte not being the man as well. He would make them win a title. He would, because he's that type of manager. Yeah. But yeah, for me, they're going to get battered on Sunday.
See, I just want whatever they're taking that lets them live in this world of delirium. I want to try it, because it must be friggin' fantastic to have that level of confidence. And I mean, I said it to you, didn't I, Doug, when we were on the phone the other day? Like, if this was my team who were scraping by in the Premier League the last few matches, we're on a very, very poor form, and then just scraped a win against Atalanta, I would not be going into this game overly confident. I mean, we are on great form, and I still go, I hate this fixture, because you never know which way it's going to go. It's just that game. I don't know any Liverpool fan who goes into a United derby and goes, we're going to fucking win this with ease. It's never going to happen like that.
No. Yeah, I totally agree.
Just I think to do me head
in. Jack, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has come out and said Bruno Fernandes is a doubt for Sunday.
No.
Trying to play mind games already. What is that all about?
Yeah, Steve Bruce was a better manager than Ole, and so he'd get a better tune out with that Man United team than Ole, and that's facts. Sound like that, but I like him. I haven't even watched it because I'm not even going to give it the time of day, because he's an absolute clown. And the standards in which Man United have slipped, as much as we dislike Fergie, who is possibly one of the greatest ever managers of not just a football team, but sporting team in world football and in a generational. He's one of the greats. But to go from that extreme to like what they are now, it's chalk and cheese. Obviously, Fergie's managers like Fergie and great managers in history, they're very rare. There's not many of them. Shankly, Paisley, Klopp, not on that level of Fergie by no means. But great managers that got great characters. But Klopp has won the league title with Liverpool, something that 30 years of wait took a while. But I like that interview that when Rafa lost his marbles against Fergie all those years ago, and he spoke about the facts. Rafa was completely out of his depth in terms of the interview scenario, when it was just like you had to. Fergie probably sat at home or at Man United complex and just laughed his ass off. I'm pretty sure that's what Jurgen Klopp has done now. The roles have reversed in relation of we've got a world-class manager now at the helm of Liverpool Football Club, and Manchester United have got a championship manager at best at this.
Yeah, boy says he said that boy says he said that Maguire wouldn't play last week. He might be trying mind games because he has to be good at something. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, absolutely. I think, to be honest, over successful periods, the only two managers that are close to Fergie is Pep and Jose. Very interesting 1892 Days podcast, but obviously, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Why are people comparing Solskjaer to Klopp? Like that's irritated me so much. Is the Sky narrative of let's compare Solskjaer to Klopp? Look at the only Jurgen Klopp.
Comparison. Sorry, Doug. The only comparison that there is between them, or similarity, I should say, is that neither of them won anything in the first 2 seasons or whatever, 2-3 seasons. But that's it. That's the only, because everything else is like night and day between what they took over from, as I'm sure you were about to say before I interrupted.
Sorry, Doug. They can only, in my opinion, compare Ole to Klopp when Ole wins a Champions League and a Premier League and all the trophies that Klopp has won. When he's won them, then we will compare their careers and see what they've done at the end of their career. So at the end of Ole's career with United and the end of Klopp's with Liverpool, when they're finished, then compare them. But even if stats on paper, some miraculous way, say that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer won one more trophy, that doesn't necessarily make him a better manager. That means your players performed. Yeah. But Klopp is by far miles better manager. And other managers in the world are saying that Klopp is one of the best in the world. Like, you don't... Why are fans so insistent on just obsessing over comparing managers and saying, well, my manager's better than your manager, blah, blah, blah. Why? No one's asked what you say, because the best managers in the world are telling us these are the best players, these are the best managers, and Ole's never in the conversation. And I'm going to say something now, and I'm probably going to rattle loads of United fans, and I'm going to love it, but he wasn't even that good a second player.
Yeah.
He was just a player best.
He was a good goal, and everyone's like, he's a legend. No, he's not. That's like saying Joe Allen is a Liverpool legend. He's really not.
Solskjaer is the Divock Origi to our football club.
Oh, he's good at something.
More of a legend than him. More than once.
Ole is good at something, talking nonsense. Yep. Because Ole's at the wheel. Yeah, absolutely. Ole's won them trophies as a player. That's why they will compare quickly.
That doesn't matter. Whether he won the trophies as a player does not matter, because Klopp was an average at best player. Was not a good football player, really. But his tactician skills and his ability to read the game and management is absolutely impeccable. So you can be an average player and a fantastic manager, and you can be a mediocre, fantastic player and a shocking manager. It doesn't mean because you're good at one, you're good at the other. It doesn't work like that. It works in real life as well. It doesn't matter to me that he won them as a player. He's not winning them for his team.
Yeah. Being a player and being a manager is different. That's like comparing apples with oranges. Hello to Mike Green. I did a wee 2-minute preview with him earlier on, so I have shared that in the community tab, so go and check that out. Obviously asked me for a 2-minute how I feel the game's going to go. So Mikel Arteta is probably better than Ole. At least Arteta is new into manager, but Ole has been managing for ages, but he isn't above average. The thing that gets me with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is he had a mouldy team that had Erling Haaland in it, and they lost to Glenn Toran, right? Josh, if you're watching, that was like how can you lose to Glenn Toran? Honestly, I actually feel Ole was underrated at Man United. Really, he was able to play with York, Cole, and Sharon, and he must have been a decent player. Even still, he was on the bench most of the time anyway.
No, it's staggering though, innit? And if you had the most biased Man United fan on, you would have sat them. They know he's not the right manager. The fact that you look at Klopp, Guardiola, the great coaches around world football, they'd get that squad competing. Don't get me wrong, that United squad is missing a world-class defensive midfielder, but it's still got great players within that team. Yeah. Surely. Got Bruno Fernandes, Ronaldo, Rashford when he's fully fit, Greenwood, what talent. That squad is better than it's actually playing. And I tell you, if Klopp was in charge of United, he'd possibly be challenging for the league title, and even Guardiola.
To just say, they have been average at best this season. Completely average. There's been one player, one game I think they've been very, very good in, and that was against Leeds, and they won 5-1. But the rest of the games, they've been either scraping through. Southampton, they should have lost that game. Wolves, they should have completely lost that game. If Adama Traore had a brain, that would have been 4-0 to Wolves. But do you know what? I think we have to just say that when this rivalry comes around, they're usually really tight games. But obviously, last season was a bit of a... Obviously, they had their win in the FA Cup. We had our win at Old Trafford. But our record there isn't particularly great, Connor. But how are you feeling going into this one?
Confident. if no one's confident, then I don't know who. Like, look, I'm I'm not going on the levels of Macendo in terms of predictions. But I am going to say, yeah, I know, right? But no, I am. No, Mackendo's just going to be like 9-5, something like that. No, no, I'm going to go 3-1. I think Liverpool, they'll show Man United, the level that they should be playing at. And I think, look, if last game, if the game last season proved anything, is the fact that you can get at United. Of course, they'll have their fans there and that, but I just think that Liverpool are just going to be better than them on Sunday, and I think 3-1.
Interesting. The funny bit about it is Donny has been told, Donny needs to get out of Manchester United. I'm sorry, he just does. I feel so sorry for that guy.
And doing, obviously, he was on social media. You could see him frustrated. He's a class player, Donny van der Beek. He's playing for Ajax. You're not a bad player if you're playing the Ajax youth academy or you get brought in.
No.
The fact that Donny is getting left out ahead of Fred and McTominay just says everything about his managerial ability.
Yeah, absolutely. Javi Hernandez to Ollie as a player. Javi Hernandez is a fantastic player.
I just want to go back up just quickly, Doug, about that Donny van der Beek. But what gets me with the Ole thing is, and I said it to you the other day, is they are trying so hard to make a team around Ronaldo. They didn't need Ronaldo one bit. They needed the CDM and fullbacks. And they've gone out and bought him because they had the option to, because he baited them into buying them, basically. And now they're trying to find a way to build a team around this star player. And it's not working because there's nobody feeding into Ronaldo. You've got Cavani, Rashford, Ronaldo. Bruno Fernandes has been pushed back further. And now he's lost all that goal-scoring ability because he's not getting forward and he's not able to create the passes and break up the play like he was when he was higher up the pitch. And then you've got Paul Pogba, who doesn't know what day of the week it is. You've got Fred, who's running in circles, trying to catch his tail because he's no idea where he is, like a golden retriever. And then you've got Donny van der Beek just sat on the bench. It's like...
Fred is one of the worst passers I've ever seen for United.
60 mil though, wasn't it? Or probably more.
Shocking. Absolutely shocking. Donny van der Beek would be good as a main actor in Prison Break. Donny van der Beek was a panic for United. Listen to the interview past Chase ever said about him. They bought him as everyone bought a big signing and they didn't. Oh, okay. Anyway, I have to go as I'm going on another channel to talk about F1. Take care all. Thank you very much, Chris. And enjoy that as well. Dan, I'm going to give you the task. What do you think the team's going to be for Sunday?
I think it'll be obviously Alisson in goal. I think I don't think there'll be too many changes, to be honest with you. I think Alisson, Trent, Sandy Robbo, Van Dijk, Matip. Midfield will be Henderson, Fabinho. It'll be the normal front three, and it's just I've got a funny feeling he's going to go for Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain.
Ooh.
In midfield. I think he had a decent cameo on Wednesday, had a decent cameo last Saturday, was it? I think Keita, he got slaughtered. He played a lot of games for Guinea, didn't he? Then he's come back and played 2 for Liverpool. Curtis Jones is just feeling his way back. Milner's been playing a lot of football, and I think he's going to want to give Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain that little carrot, but having a couple of decent cameos, and I think he's going to plump for Oxlade-Chamberlain.
Yeah, it's that last position in midfield corner, isn't it? It could be Ox, it could be Keita. Curtis Jones is back in contention. Do you think, like Dan said, Ox could start this game, or do you think Curtis Jones will come in?
I think Ox could, but I think it will be Curtis Jones. I think the fact that Jurgen today brought the update straight away saying, Curtis is fully in contention, I think that pretty much says that he is, Klopp's first choice. At the minute, I think if not, probably James Milner in there, because you just know at times things are going to get messy, and you're going to have to there's going to be a little bit of the game where it's going to be fighting for possession and that. So I think if it's not going to be Curtis Jones, I think it'll be James Milner.
Jack?
Yeah, it's probably the most important position on the field, especially if United do play with two midfielders and 4 attackers. Yeah, I'll go Jimmy. Yeah, I'll go with James. Just for that experience against the shite that is
Sophie?
midfield.
I think if Jones is fully fit and ready, it'll be Jones. I agree with what Dan's saying that Ox's had decent cameos, but that's what they've been. They've been cameos. It's not a starting, and you don't want to rattle the cage and start and then they pick on Ox's position. And we know, I mean, I was Ox's biggest fan prior to his ACL, and I'll say he hasn't been the same since. He holds the ball too much, tries to run too far, and loses possession in a dangerous place of the pitch, and we end up suffering massively from it. Matip didn't have the best game either this week. It was a little bit worrying how much pressure he put on Virgil, that then Virgil made mistakes, didn't like it. We've got to have Fabinho back, and as soon as he comes back on, we level the playing field out again. I think for me, Milner's played too much. He's amazing, but he can't play that many minutes anymore. So I think if Jones is fit, for me, it's Hendo, Jones, and Fabinho without a shadow of a doubt. If Jones isn't, I'd put Milner in and then swap him out. Actually, I might put Naby in. Naby's been playing brilliantly, and I don't understand this. Connor's going to be like, oh, I don't understand the abuse he's got in the press after the game against Atletico. He scored, and then he went a little bit flat. He made a mistake, but he was tired, and he got sent off, and the abuse he's got for it is...
He's replaced Ginny, hasn't he, in the press? Ginny was always that player that, even Ginny, when he said... there's always going to be that one player after Naby, if he does leave Liverpool or stays and retires. There'll always be that one player within the Liverpool team that gets all the flack. And it's either Trent or everyone likes to get on the back at Trent. But yeah, I agree with what Soph said there. As much it was a team collective defensively. We talk but Van Dijk was very credible for it as well. But yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. And Naby does a cheeky Cantona celebration at Old Trafford when he absolutely bangs one from 40 yards.
Keita doesn't score simple goals though, does he? It's always outside the box or anything like that. But I'm absolutely buzzing for this game. And I think that last midfield position, I think you'd probably say 10 out of the 11 players I think are going to be playing. I think it's just that last midfield spot. I think you could decide who it could be anybody, really. Right, here we go. Score predictions. I'm going to say it now. I think we're going to go there. I think it might be tight for the first wee spell, but I can't see them keeping us out. I can't see them keeping Salah quiet. I can't see them keeping Mane quiet. I can't see them keeping Firmino quiet. So I'm going 3-1 to the Reds. Jack?
Ricky, Lou, what did I say on your show? I'll go 5-1 and Ollie to get sacked after the game.
Oh my God!
5-1?
Mate, I tell you, you could do that is shocking the standard. Yeah, don't know if it started. Sorry, Joe. Yeah, 5-1 and Ollie getting sacked after the game.
Holy moly. Sophie?
4-1
4-1 So I repeat 2009 then.
5 and 6.
I repeated 2009. I like it. Connor?
I said 3-1. But I wish we kept Shaqiri so we could sack another Manchester United manager to go with Jack's claim. But to be fair, we need to find a new player that's going to sack a Man United manager. Probably Bobby. Give it to Bobby.
Bobby score all 5. Do you know what I wait to say just before we move on? Sorry, Dan, I'm just completely stopped you from making your prediction there. I said this stuff. I can't wait for Ronaldo to get pocketed by Virgil. I cannot wait. It will be the sweetest thing I will ever see in my life. I'd be like, can't wait.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Dan, what about you? What do you think the score is going to be?
1-1, mate. I don't think
1-0.
we're defending as well as we could be, and I think they've got so many brilliant individuals going forward. I think they'll at least get one goal. And I think it'll be Ronaldo, and he'll do that horrible Sui celebration or whatever it is he says.
Oh,
and then
hell,
that'll be the equaliser. And then it'll all be what all the Sky go on about for all next week.
Was it?
You'll just see it and 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 see that goal and the celebration.
It's just annoying as anything.
It sickens me. But yeah, it's always a tough game when we go there. Whoever's in the ascendancy between Liverpool and Man United, over the last 30 years, it tends to have been Man United. But we've always given them a tough game, and I think that it'll just be the same on Sunday. And I think, I think 1-0 won't be too bad a result, really.
Yeah, your Wayne's going to be thinking you're getting sacked in the morning.
Oh, imagine! Oh, here we go. Oh, Jesus. Martin Taylor having a boner over Ronaldo tapping to make it 5-1 Liverpool.
Honestly. Do you know what? He would though, wouldn't he? He'd be sat there going, Ronaldo! And Ronaldo will literally just tap it in from the outside of his boot. Like a sweaty little FIFA goal. And he'd be sat there like they've just won the domestic cup. Like, I'm not being funny, but the way they went on about this Atalanta, like they just beaten Prime Real. Nights like these, you don't see them all the time. Oh, shut the fuck up. Honestly, don't mind nothing.
Was it Gary Neville that was slamming the desk last season when we had our kids centre back, and he was like slamming the desk? Yeah. Oh, it's Salah 4-2.
Yeah, that was very, very funny indeed.
I'm sorry, we've completely forgotten about one man in particular that should start this game and come up against Ronaldo, and that is the Lord and Saviour Nat Phillips. Just see Nat Phillips just totally whack, like beat Ronaldo to a header. I'd love to see it.
I hope Fabinho puts Bruno Fernandes into the Stretford end. I don't care. I absolutely hate Bruno Fernandes.
I do, little weasel face. I just hope. I just hope. Do you know? Remember when we played them and they had Dan James, and was it Virgil absolutely battered Dan James and bowled him over, and then he got back up and Fabinho just clattered into him. And it was you've got like a full on concussion there, haven't you, babe? Like I like Dan James. I thought he was quite cute, but honestly, I just can't wait for them to to come at us. They're literally going to come in. You know, like that big lad who's on steads and he's like, and then he goes up against somebody who's small, like David and Goliath. They're going to come in like, yeah, we're the fucking Brit, yeah, me. They're going to come in like fucking Goliath. I can't wait for them to just get their heads turned inside out, you know, honestly.
Oh, no. Now, I thought you'd headbutt Ronaldo.
Atletico. Wait, what? Did you see the video of Romo getting absolutely clattered against Atletico?
Nat Phillips would headbutt Ronaldo back to Madeira and then have a statue of Phillips and Madeira replacing Ronaldo's. Oh, imagine. But it's going to be a fascinating game on Sunday. Pleased to say we are wearing this kit against United and not the bloody McDonald's kit. But
that would have made it even more better. What do you mean? Imagine getting battered by a team in a big, massive dishwash cloth. It looks like a dishwash cloth, or so on.
Yeah, absolutely. After Manchester United, we actually do have another game, and it is back to the Carabao Cup. Yes, I'm sorry, people, but we do have to speak about the Carabao Cup. Preston North End are going okay. Championship, they've had a few sloppy results as well. But the big question, Connor, do you think the club are going to allow Sepp Vandenberg to play against his parent club?
Yes. I don't see why not. To be honest with you, I think it'll probably be Jurgen would just say, "Yeah, we'll just do it," and then I could finally actually watch him play against Liverpool for once. But yeah, I think the club will allow it.
Apparently, it's been played right. Apparently, don't say that. Oh, imagine now. Oh, Sepp Vandenberg knocks parent club Liverpool out of the Carabao Cup.
Threatening the stars.
Bloody hell.
He's definitely getting transfer listed next season.
Oh Jesus! Just imagine. But obviously I don't watch a lot of Preston, but I've heard he's been playing right back some games and left back some games. Do you think they've kind of taken away from the fact that he's actually still a centre back, though, Jack?
Yeah, he's a tall ginger lad, isn't he? He's quite tall.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's like 6'4". You can't miss him, really. But I think he's versatile. You've got to be a versatile player to be in Klopp's system, haven't you? So, but I think, like I said, he scored a couple of goals. My mate Owen's a massive Preston fan, and even he said they're close to quite sacking their manager. They've not been playing the best, but come competitions, whoever we play, it's the beauty of these cup games. Anyone can win, but I'm fully confident Liverpool can get the results.
Yeah, so if I know you don't give an absolute toss about the Carabao Cup, but this could be a wee chance to see some of the not so regulars feature.
I went back. Who else have we got in the academy that I'd play? Carol from the canteen.
Mm-hmm.
My mum. Anyone who stood outside Anfield who wants to put a pair of boots on.
Yeah,
I couldn't give a flying testament to that, to be honest. You can shove it up your ass and smoke it.
Dan, are you the same about the Carabao Cup?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, yeah, I suppose I am. Nearly said before the last side, and I personally wouldn't play anyone even anywhere near the first team, because I know you might say, or you can play Simicars or whatever, but if he gets an injury, then you've got no backup then to Robertson, have you? And then you're back to playing Robertson every game. So, but as it is, I think it'll be nearly the same team as what we played last time.
I think it could be as well.
We've been moaning, haven't we, for ages about not getting any good draws, and for once we've got a decent draw, and there's a few all-Prem teams, so, if we get through, the sort of competition might open up for us a little bit.
Yeah. Right, Connor, I'm giving you the task here. What is the team for Wednesday?
I don't know why you're giving this to me, but I hate you for it. No, I'm kidding. Kelleher, Neco Williams, Joe Gomez, Ibu, Simicas, Ox, Minamino, and whoever else you want to put in there with the academy. I was going to say Clarkson, but I know he's playing at Blackburn. Origi.
Kate Gordon?
Yeah, Kate Gordon will definitely start on the right. And then I don't know who you put up. I don't know whether or not if Jurgen will put someone else in the academy at striker, maybe that Polish lad. I think he's coming back into fitness, isn't he? But apart from that, I wouldn't know.
Why do I have a bad feeling Adrian will play this game?
No, Kelleher all day, mate.
Not having that.
Kelleher.
I don't see it.
Adrian won't play any games this season, as long as
he's in charge of social media. So.
Yeah, Kelleher I agree with. I think it might be Connor Bradley again. I think Connor Bradley will come in at right back. I think we'll see Gomez. I think we'll see Ibu.
Nico will play, I think.
I want to see Beck. Beck, the young left back we saw against, was it Osasuna? He came on and looked really, really promising. I'd like to see him. I think it'll be Millie. I think you'll see Ox. Oh Christ! I think Keita could
be as well.
Yeah, I think Keita could play, and then I think it's Kay Gordon, Minamino, and Divock Origi. I think. Because I can't even think of anybody else. That what's his face? Muzialski. Yeah, I don't see him getting a first team game this season. I don't know if he's.
I think he has been out injured, hasn't he? I mean, he has just not straight away. He has come back, but yeah, he's a good player. Like,
yeah, absolutely. Prediction. I mean, I think if I'm being honest, I think we should be going to win this game. So I'm going to go 2-0. I'm going to go 2-0. I think we'll be too strong for them. Jack?
3-0.
3-0. Sophie?
2-0.
2-0. Connor?
3-0.
Dan?
Yeah, 2-0 again.
2-0.
They'll defend better than Man United, say that.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone has seen this. African Cup of Nations Woe have put Salah, Keita and Mane could miss up to 6 games, potentially.
I've missed this.
What's that?
I've literally missed this. When was this?
Yeah, apparently they could be leaving after the Leeds United game on Boxing Day.
I thought there was only 2 of the...
No, well, to give you an idea, Jack, Salah, we play on the 2nd of Jan, and then Mane plays Mane plays on the 9th, I think. Salah plays on the 10th, and Keita plays on the 14th. So really, they could leave on the 2nd and have plenty of time to get there. But the story that's coming out is that the AFCON want all the players to leave for Cameroon on Boxing Day. But obviously, all the European clubs. Well, it's not even all the European clubs. It's only the English teams, because the other European teams are on mid-season break. But the English teams are saying, can we compromise, basically?
Yeah, it's the one thing I hate when you've got an international tournament during a Premier League season, Connor, and yet people said, "Oh, the African Cup of Nations is going to come back to like the summer and that." Well, that didn't happen, did it?
Mate, wait until next year for the World Cup.
Arsene Wenger, mate, I'm gonna sort him out.
Like the whole, I think FIFA put out their plan, didn't they, to stop the European leagues like at a certain date and then resume them and that. But I don't think this is going to happen. I think the whole of the Premier League. I think Liverpool and Leicester are the worst affected, I think, by AFCON.
I did hear that, yeah.
But I don't think it's going to happen. I think that they're going to kick up that much of a fuss. I think it will be after New Year's. Because like Dan said, they got plenty of days if they left after the 2nd. So I think it'll be changed till then. But at the minute, if it is this, then Jesus Christ, I hate AFCON more than international friendlies. But
oh wow!
Just say FSG out will be very busy in January.
Is it ever not busy?
Yeah. They're like, we need to sign this player, that player.
It drains you, doesn't it? Absolutely drains you. I mean, all I heard all summer was how this Sal Niguez is how he signed for Chelsea. He's like this missing piece of the jigsaw. We had to sign him, and now Chelsea don't play him, and they're not going to maximise the loan period. So he wasn't the Messiah that he was made out to be.
Tuchel absolutely outed him in his first interview, didn't he? He just said he was appalling. He played him and how wrong he was as the manager to select him. I was like, wow.
Leicester will be without Ndidi and Iheanacho. I'm glad that Zambia didn't qualify. Otherwise, we wouldn't have one striker. Maybe Man United and Chelsea will benefit as Liverpool will miss their attackers. Yeah, Patson Daka has been looking pretty impressive.
Chelsea will miss the keeper, though, won't they?
Yeah, Mendy.
Oh, Mendy, yeah.
Mendy, who's been outrageous for them, haven't he?
They'll have Kepa Arrizabalaga in goal. Interesting. But yeah, obviously, I was just saying about Patson Daka. He's actually been pretty good quite recently. And yes, there is. No, I'm not going to say it. Not going to say it. But I honestly look, African Cup of Nations. As Connor said, the World Cup is in Qatar next season. That's going to just cause a complete mix-up. I've heard, from what I've heard, is that the season's going to end prematurely I think it's the 10th of November, and then it's going to start back up on Boxing Day.
But it's going to be the same for everyone, isn't it? So no one's really going to be hamstrung by it. What might benefit is if a team gets crippled with injuries at the start of the season, then they suddenly have a month or so's gap, get a few people fit and whatever else. But it's going to be the same for everyone, whereas obviously the AFCON hinders some teams and not others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, Sophie, do you think we can cope without Salah, Mane, and Keita?
No.
No. For 2 games, for 2 league games, maybe, but not for 6. Be too much, wouldn't it?
I feel like if they go after, is it the second they're thinking, or the third they're thinking of letting them release? Third. If you let them go, then I think we'll be fine to just trudge along for a bit.
Well, sorry to interrupt, just in case anyone doesn't know, if they went after the second, it'd be 2 league games, which would be Brentford at home and Crystal Palace away, which would respect to them.
You could Bobby, Jota, and you'd have to play Ox up front or Origi. That would be fine. But I do not want to be playing the big games without.
Yeah, I don't want to be facing Leicester without Salah, Mane, and Keita.
Let's put it this way: I don't want to play any game without Salah. He's the one name on that team sheet that I would never, ever, ever consider dropping. Ever.
Yep. 100%.
Fingers crossed it won't happen. I mean, the clubs are going to push for it, but I think the African players will push for it as well, because the likes, the crack players, they're not going to want to see half a season's work go down the pan, are they? You know what I mean? And come back and Liverpool are out the title race.
If he went for 6 games and he saw Liverpool drop, he is so
exactly. He's not going to want that. So he'll be putting pressure, I would imagine, on the Egyptian FA, and obviously he's their poster boy and whatever else. So I'm sure they'll want to look after him.
Yeah, I think Liverpool got a decent relationship with Egypt, I think, as well. So fingers crossed. Yeah, I think we've got a better relationship with, obviously, the AFCON teams, apart from, obviously, the South American teams. Most notably Brazil don't really like us at the minute.
Yeah. They can stick with the sun, don't shine. You what? The World Cup will be like Project Restart, where some teams will lose all their momentum. Jesus, I'm not looking forward to next season, but obviously, next year, of course. But obviously, the World Cup, it's a big distraction anyway. But hopefully Salah, Mane, and Keita do well at the African Cup of Nations, but hopefully they don't make the final anyway.
No. With respect, Doug, I mean, I know the great players. I hope they go out in the group stage, to be honest with you. I'm just got to think about Liverpool with respect. I mean, I know that it's a big honour for them, but we just got to think from a Liverpool perspective.
I think that all of you...
It's about England, never mind anybody else.
I think that all of you could score against Vestergaard, to be honest, so you won't miss him too much. Yeah, I don't know why Leicester signed Vestergaard, if I'm being totally honest, as well. But yeah, like you've got Bobby, you've got Jota, and you've got Ox, you've got Minamino.
Probably hopefully coming back. Maybe he's fully.
Yeah, there's rumours he was 6 weeks away. Sophie, you were saying the other night.
What?
Elliot Harvey, apparently 6 weeks away.
Apparently, it will take a little bit. He's about 6 weeks. He was in about 3 weeks ago. He posted that picture, didn't he, where he was on the bike doing bike work. He should be about 6 weeks away. Taking it off recent rehab form, hardly do it. 6 to 8 weeks should be back.
6 to 8 weeks. So we're thinking January possibly.
Be back after Boxing Day game, I reckon.
Boxing Day. Oh.
I don't think he'll play the game. I think he'll play the games.
Yeah. I think. Well, after Boxing Day, we've got Leicester and we've got Chelsea.
I think he'll be back. I can't wait for him to come back in.
I was going to say, I think once he's fully fit, he'll be straight back in. I think he was making that position his home, and that right-hand side of him, Ken to Mo, looked really exciting. And I think Klopp can't wait to get that back in. And I think once he's fully fit, he'll be straight back in.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Before we go, if anyone's got any questions for the panel, that should be a question mark, by the way. It should not be an exclamation mark, but apologies.
Give us questions now.
Questions first now, or something like that. Or questions, something like that. Anyway, yeah, I've got one. I've got one for anyone can answer this. Who are our closest challengers this season? Is it City or Chelsea?
Chelsea.
I think City.
City.
I think both, but I think City have got. Listen, they've been first or second, haven't they, the last 4 years? What's the old ad used to say about Man United? If you finish ahead of Man United, you finish top. I think that applies to City.
And Chelsea have lost Lukaku and Werner, Connor. Is that a bit for them to be concerned about?
A bit, but then they've got Kai Havertz, which, he could easily do a job.
Timo wasn't scoring, was he, Con?
Yeah, no, exactly. Like might do it on FIFA, but not on not in real life. But no, like the fact is, Chelsea have they have an amazing squad, don't they? Realistically, they're up there with City in terms of quality and numbers. But could it be an effect? Yes, if they were playing, us or City, I should say, in that respect. But yeah, no, I think they'll get comfortably through. And I think it's not as bad as what is being reported. I think Lukaku's out maybe a game or two, but I think that's about it. And then Timo's the worst one because apparently it's hamstring with Timo.
Oh, ouch! That's not a good injury to get either.
Not for the pace merchants, especially.
Pace merchant.
That's what he is, and he's lightning quick. That's the worst injury to get for a sprinter.
Yeah, he is.
You what Torres when his hammies went. And he was
Michael Owen was never the same after the bad one he got.
Yeah. Jack, who's going to get the Newcastle gig, do you think?
Me, hopefully. I'll be getting 8 million if it gets sacked. Anyone having sympathy for obviously you got to respect the manager, but I think he's the real winner. Brucey, he's got £8 million in the bank. He couldn't care less what anyone really thinks now. But it's going to be one of them with Newcastle. I think we'll find out next coming weeks and months. They'll probably get a manager for now, but not for like 3-4 years time. Like a stopgap really for someone to settle the ship really and solidify them in the Premier League, most importantly this season, because it'd be an absolute car crash if they got relegated this season. It'd set them back, as the pundits have said, 2 seasons. But yeah, it's an exciting proposition, whoever does come in. Money is not an object at that football club. It's what you do with that money. You've got to do it correctly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little bit. Well, actually, Steven Gerrard actually came out and said, Sophie, last night that he's basically happy and he doesn't want to go anywhere. So I think that kind of ends the Gerrard rumours to Newcastle.
Oh, we said this the other day. Gerrard wasn't going anywhere anytime soon. Like, he's doing well at Rangers, but with all due respect to the Scottish League, it's Rangers. It's the Scottish Premier League. You don't win your first big trophy and then go run off to the big leagues. You've got to put your blood, sweat, and tears in. You've got to earn your medal. And he's not there yet, and he's got a very big reputation in the Premier League. Like, you don't want to run in too early and damage it, because everybody, knowing the way Stevie G was and how loyal he was to Liverpool, now everybody in the media hates Liverpool. He'd make one mistake in the Premier League as a manager and he'd be hounded, and all of the work he did for Liverpool, all of his success would be wiped out, because that's all they'd say.
Yeah.
The failed Premier League manager, that's all they would say. So no, let him stay there.
Yeah, Connor, who do you think is getting the Newcastle gig?
I said Antonio Conte. I think he would be the guy to, build them up. But no, I don't think he's going to have that. I would say Frank Lampard. I think that he will thrive like he did at Chelsea with the money. And they'll try and make the next Mason Mount as well while they're there as well. So yeah, I'm going to go with Frank Lampard.
Dan, what about you? Apparently Wayne Rooney's been mentioned for Newcastle, which I don't understand.
Well, play him up front. It'd be better than Joe.
I think they're just going to be after someone with a profile, aren't they, in the World Games, to help them attract players. I presume that's why Rooney's been mentioned, and probably why Frank Lampard, Stevie Gerrard, etc. have been mentioned. Yeah, I'll probably say Lampard at the moment. A few managers out there, maybe like Conte's quite a bit of a big hit, and maybe he's not the guy who wants to be at the start of the project. But of course, that'll be determined by, if he spoke to their owners and they said, listen, we're going to hit big straight away, you know what I mean? Then, he might be enticed into going there. But I think, maybe Lampard first up. He won't be there long, whoever it is, basically, because he'll have to win or he'll be sacked. They're going to be another Chelsea, aren't they? They're just going to win or be sacked, and sometimes even if you do win, you'll still get sacked. It's just going to be that same.
They're going to be another Chelsea. I was waiting for you to say they're going to be another Watford.
No.
They'll win the Champions League before City. Imagine. I wonder what the odds are on that. Newcastle winning the European Cup before City.
Oh no. Pernacker on that.
we'll be as rich as Steve Bruce if we put a tenner on.
Yeah, I know.
What was that quote Steve Bruce came out with as well? I thought it was like, I had to check it to see if it was a Paddy Power made up quote. It said like, I'm sick of everyone saying I'm just a big fat cabbage head or something. And I was thinking, is that a real quote? That. And it was a real quote. I thought it was Paddy Power.
It was a real quote.
Stevie Bruce's real quote. Yeah, I'm a big fat cabbage head, useless or something.
Hello, Albie.
People could call me a cabbage head if it was getting paid $200,000 a week or something to manage a football club, or even more worse terms. I've been called worse.
Yeah. Right. Obviously, I haven't seen any other questions, so I do have a huge guest announcement now. I don't think I've told everyone this.
I know.
But next week, we're going to be joined by Mr. Chris Pajak from Redmen TV.
Awesome.
I honestly cannot wait for that show.
Let's hope he brings a few more viewers with him. That'd be great, wouldn't it? A few more subscribers.
Absolutely.
It would legends. Be. He is. I think the Redmen TV are one of the best LFC channels I've watched anyway.
Well, the thing with them is they keep it real. They haven't really, when you compare it to some of the other channels like Arsenal TV and that, they haven't like got as many subscribers or whatever else. But the thing is, they keep it real. They don't just play to the gallery. I don't know if I presume you did see them Arsenal fans in midweek celebrating off AFTV, celebrating when they got that draw in the last minute. It was ludicrous, wasn't it? It was embarrassing. And that's the good thing about the Redmen TV and the Anfield Wrap. They keep it real with a bit of perspective. They're not just playing to the gallery.
Speaking of which, Arsenal are actually playing Aston Villa right now. Is it still 0-0?
They're getting beat. Oh, come on, Villa.
Because I forgot it was Friday night football actually.
Oh, 1-0 Arsenal.
I did see it. I didn't realise it was Arsenal who were playing.
Yeah, I forgot. I knew someone was playing, but I couldn't remember who it was.
It's a bit mad that, isn't it? Playing Monday night and then Friday nights. But
mad. It is.
Well, they haven't got Europe, so
no, they haven't.
No, that is.
We used to have those nights, didn't we, in the schedule?
Used to.
Yeah, absolutely indeed. But yeah, that's something to look forward to. Mr. Chris Pajak will be joining us next week, so that is definitely something to look forward to. But that is it for tonight's Friday LFC Focus podcast. Big thank you to the panel as always. Nice to have the full panel yet again. It has been a while, but it is fantastic to have everyone back. Jack, thank you very much as always. What have you got coming up in your channel?
I'll hopefully get you on tomorrow. I'll drop you a message if he's free. I'll get you on for the pre-match build-up show, the United one. Should be a good one. But thank you, Doug, for letting me come on. And it was great to speak to the panel and everyone at home. Have a good weekend and hopefully the Reds get 3 points.
There's Mini Dan at the bottom corner there.
Sophie, cheeky monkey chat.
Cheeky monkey. Oh, I like it. Yeah. I like it. Sophie, absolutely fantastic to have you back as well.
Pleasure. Thank you for having me back.
Oh, it's always a pleasure. Connor, what have you got coming up in your channel?
United preview, mate. Gonna look forward to speaking on my channel about how we just how many ways we can batter United. Thank you for having me on again.
Very, very long, detailed list.
You better have your tactics board up there, lad. Like, right, go
mate. The whiteboard's outside. It's literally going to be full tactics.
When is your preview, Connor?
Tomorrow afternoon, evening-ish.
Tomorrow afternoon, evening.
Tune
I
in,
should
man.
be back in time. Yeah, I'm actually going over to get more stuff. Not actually got everything yet, but majority of the stuff is over anyway. Dan, thank you very much as always. What have you got coming up on the Mighty Reds TV?
Nothing at all, mate. Nothing at all. I'm quite happy just giving you me sage words of wisdom for now, and anyone else who wants me on. But this little fella, if you watch the show back, you'll see me all show going off, trying to keep him off. And now, so come on, say hello. Say hello to the people.
All right, mate.
So you've done it now, haven't you? He went all shy once I said he could come on, but yeah, that was my little boy Ezra. So yeah, thanks for having me on. It's a pleasure as always.
It's an absolute pleasure. But yes, guys, thank you very much for watching. Guys, if you obviously have missed this show, then obviously the replay, then say obviously hello to the viewers. Obviously watch this the replay. I hope you have enjoyed it and enjoy our banter about Manchester United, because that was absolutely amazing to do as well. Jeannie20 says big up to all you guys. Thank you very much. I'm getting 0 out of 6 vibes. 6-0 vibes. Oh my gosh.
Oh, Ginny, he's been taking lessons off me. You'd love to see it.
And hello, little man, as well. But yes, let's hopefully beat the Manx. Let's hopefully go through to the next round of the Carabao Cup as well. And obviously, we'll be joined by Mr. Chris Pajak next week. So very, very exciting to look forward to. From the 5 of us, it is goodbye for now, and you'll never walk alone. Cheers, Red.